views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, everyone. Wow. I'm telling you, this is so juicy today. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. For those of you that have been listening, welcome back. We didn't go anywhere. We're right here. But for the other folks that tune in at a later time because you're so busy, and many of you, as you have shared with me, take your lunch early to listen to the show. That is so cool. Thank you for doing that. We have got a great show for you all today. But first, let me give a shout-out to Mr. Benny. Hello, Mr. Benny. How are you today?
Doing well, Pat. Thank you very much. How's life on your side?
Life be better now that we got the internet thing worked out. That was kind of like an interesting thing earlier today. But you know what? We have multiple options. That's what I love.
It's always good to have.
Remember, Penny? Well, you don't remember, but I remember. Remember when there was like only one option? It was called a landline. It was called a telephone.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. It was like the only thing. And it sat in your house, or it was like on your wall, and it was like a telephone. It wasn't a digital phone. It was like an analog phone. It was a phone. Mm-hmm. It was the way you communicate.
Yeah, rotary dial, I believe.
But even after rotary dial, we still had the push-button things, but that was it. And I have to tell you that we have come a long way in a really short period of time. That's what today's show is about. We get to move so very quickly. Yep, we zip through it. But how do we step into abundance through our choices? Sheer alchemy. With my co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne. What a great time we're going to have. Sheer alchemy. That is something you're going to remember. Today, she and I, mostly she, gets to talk about what this means. You know, how do we make these choices in life that either, and you know, it's so interesting how these topics line up. You know, we just got done talking about second chances. Now we're going to talk about, you know, stepping into abundance through our choices, through the things we make, you know, and decide on and do in our lives. So for those of you that want to find out much more about Leslie, you can go to her website, lesliefonteyne.com, which is Leslie, Fonteyne.com. She's a transformation catalyst, and she uses intuitive energy gifts. And this is something you all have experienced with her on the show, to help people get to that place where they recognize, all of us, that we were born to manifest, whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain to joy, or from illness into health. And how this happens, this is what she's masterful at. And this is also, for those of you out there, you know that we get to work with the Ascended Masters and the Archangels when Leslie's on the show. Tap into the higher self of who we are. All of that, the results in sheer alchemy. Leslie, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here today. It's going to be a powerful show.
Yeah, we're going to rock it, don't you think?
Think so.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how we begin this journey together. You know, what is it about some of us on this planet where we just cannot live our authentic lives, where we're either on the fence, we're afraid to make decisions, and we're afraid that no matter what we do, it'll never be right? How did this all happen to us?
I hate to go back to upbringing, and I hate to go back to past lives, but I think I'm just going to have to. And the fact is that, you know, we come into this life so curious, so interested, feeling absolutely powerless. We will jump off coffee tables, roll down the stairs, cross the street without any care in the world for an oncoming car. And by the time we're 10 years old, 15, 20, we're done with that. And we've adopted all of the fears that surround us and all the beliefs. And we've also learned to shut ourselves down a bit. So when we're talking about change, a lot of times we can be quite frightened because it means that I'm going to have to own a choice of mine to step into all that I am. And for many of us, I just wrote a blog on this about, you know, being stuck in the mud versus stepping onto the rainbow, is that we are so afraid that if we own our choice, we might make a mistake. And so by the time we've grown into our adulthood, we've learned not to make mistakes. And yet the biggest mistake we can make is to not be all that we are.
Do you have any experience with that yourself?
No, I've never had a problem at all. Totally clear on that one. You know, I think often about how when we're young we take classes and we can make mistakes in ballet class and baseball and all that. But as we become adults, we're so afraid that we will make a mistake. And so it's important to look at where that fear comes from. What are the lessons that we learned about that? So when we're stepping into change and we're stepping into a choice that's being presented to us by our higher self or our guides or just this urge or passion that we have in life, what are the first thoughts that come to us? Typically, they're shutdowns.
You know, one of the things that I was thinking about earlier today, and as we were getting ready for the show, is I was thinking about, and in fact, this is interesting. I was actually thinking about this a lot. I was thinking about the moments in my life where I became immobilized. You know, I couldn't take a step one way or the other. You know what? My best friend called that? Floundering. And to this day, it's what she says to me. You're floundering. You're floundering.
Yep.
And so I had to figure out what the heck that means.
Right.
And then a light bulb went on, and I got it. But most of us, I would never classify myself as a fearful person. I had always been so strong, so courageous. But yet, I know that I have had fear in my life. You know, why do we fall into that?
Well, you know, I do want to step back to something you said because, you know, one of my favorite topics is the effect of shame. And I've talked to different people who, you know, are classified quite differently when they get stuck and when they refuse to make a choice or just don't want to. In one group, they're stuck in inertia, just not moving, can't move forward, can't move back. They look like they're not doing anything. They're stuck. Another group is extremely busy being stuck. They are distracted. They're running a mile a minute in 1,000 directions, doing everything but what's coming to them. So they're afraid to get still because they're afraid to think. So I just do want to talk about that because sometimes when we're not identifying with one another, and that's the other part of being a choice, you know, some of us feel we've landed in our families like an alien. We don't feel like we're like them at all. We don't know if we got dropped off on the doorstep. Why are we not like other people? And this is a big part of us that wants others to be in agreement with us, wants others to be supportive and loving and nurturing. And so often we won't step into a change. We won't step into something that might seem wild to our families, like even moving to another state if that's what's coming to us, because we want the support of others, and that's the only kind of support we want. And so then we find ourselves wanting support from people that aren't capable of giving us that kind of support. They aren't built that way. So there's a lot of reasons why we don't move.
And when we look at this part in our lives, when we think about, you know, ourselves in terms of why we don't move, we're not really saying yes to the expansiveness of our life. I mean, you know, I mentioned today earlier, you know, that we're talking about sheer alchemy. You know, this is something that's so important. and stepping into abundance through our choices.
Yes.
And so being at choice means what? What does that mean for people?
Well, being at choice means that you're taking ownership of your day. And let's just break it down to today, you know, versus a year or a lifetime. We tend to be so dramatic with black and white, and I've got to go to the Antarctic and all this. Let's just bring it down to today and the carpool, going to work, whatever it is. And let's look at what we say about our day. How many of us say, well, I have to do this and I have to do that, and then I'll be back, and I really should this and I really should that, but I'll be too tired, and da-da-da. What do you hear in all of that? What you're hearing is someone saying, one, I am not at choice. Two, I am not taking responsibility for my energy or my day, and I want to hang it on the other people that are around me. Now, I can tell you very honestly that when I had children, I mean, I love my kids to death, but when I had my children, it was a thing people did. And frankly, it was a nice distraction because honestly, some things I didn't want to look at in myself. I didn't want to step into my greatness or step into all that I wanted to choose. So it was easier to go, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I am slammed to the end of the day. Sounds dramatic. Sounds exciting. However, I have chosen it. So let's break down what's coming to you. If you can't even stop long enough to hear it, much less choose it, then what we are doing is living a reactive rather than a creative life.
Let's take a short break on that because that's going to be enough for us to hang out with here and think about. You know, what is it that we want to create in our lives that just ain't showing up? We're going to be opening up the phone lines today to get some absolute incredible help from my co-host today, Sheer Alchemy, Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. This is a very powerful conversation because you heard me talk earlier about being the chess game, the next move. The key word in there, move. Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with Sheer Alchemy with my very special co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne. We'll be right back.
When you gonna stop breaking my heart? I don't wanna be another.
Are you ready to move past limiting beliefs and unconscious obstacles that are holding you back from financial prosperity? Do you want to be free from debt and that feeling of being disempowered? Mary Jane Allen is a financial healer and joy creation specialist who uses her unique set of tools included in her financial healing process to help her clients move past those beliefs and fears. For more information and to contact Mary Jane, visit her website, manifestyourlifedream.com, and begin your financial healing process today.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit TheTruthIsFunny.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pat. I want to introduce you to my friends at BioResource, the exclusive Beyond Balance distributor in the United States and Canada. Used clinically by top Lyme doctors, Beyond Balance herbal formulas have helped thousands of patients battle tick-borne disease by providing superior immune system support and enhancing detoxification. Beyond Balance formulas are sold through healthcare professionals. The oral drops contain non-GMO food-grade vegetable glycerin, making them well-tolerated by children and alcohol-sensitive patients. Practitioners often complement Beyond Balance formulas with high-quality homeopathic, such as pecanospigeric remedies to enhance patient results. For more information, licensed or certified healthcare practitioners can call BioResource, the exclusive Beyond Balance distributor for the United States and Canada, at 800-203-3775. That's 800-203-3775. And together, let's win the battle against Lyme disease.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jenroyster.com for more information.
Hello, this is Peter Aquilina, CEO and founder of Deer Defense LLC. For over 15 years, I have been dedicated to tick reduction and the prevention of Lyme disease and other tick-borne diseases. Deer abatement and tick reduction is what we do, and it is all we do. We offer deer fence sales and installation, organic tick sprays, even a simple and inexpensive Lyme risk assessment for your property. Call or email us today at 203-550-8350 or deerdefense@gmail.com. That's DEERDEFENCE@gmail.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Sheer Alchemy with me and Leslie Fonteyne. Joining me here today, she is my amazing co-host here, and we're talking about, as many of you have recognized here, we're talking about decisions, choices, stepping into abundance through those choices. What does that even look like? You know, and we've talked about what being at choice means and owning responsibility. Now, Leslie, I mean, this is kind of the question I kind of left with before we went to break. And it's, why are some of these decisions, some of these choices so scary? Why aren't we all like jumping up and down and saying, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this decision I'm getting ready to make to leave my job. Oh, I don't hear that very often.
Well, I was going to say there were two things. Now there's three things. So, first, there's the fear of the disapproval of the ones that we believe love us, that have our best intentions at heart. And we've learned to please people in our lives. I know that's a shocker, but we've learned to please people not only in our families, our parents, and I hear this all the time from my clients, and I have to ask them, are you wanting to step out of that? And that has got to be one of the most earth-shattering questions I ask people, because it's like silence on the other side. Because it's frightening. It's terrifying, because the implication of a choice that is in alignment with your spirit, in alignment with your essence, is that if I step into this choice, I will be alone. I will not be loved. We have learned this lesson. This is the baseline thing down there, that if I step into this, and not only will I have to be strong enough to carry it all by myself, no one's going to come along with me, and only if I'm successful will everyone come back. So it's a very frightening message for a lot of people. You know, there's great people out in the world that have all kinds of tenacity and feistiness, and they can make stuff happen, and they could care less what other people think or want. And then there's a lot of people that are very wounded and scarred by those who have made the imprint on them that if we don't approve, you better not do it. I know people that have come from other states, you know, let's say from Michigan, where, you know, their parents were in the auto industry for many decades, and the idea of leaving a job to go to another job is insane to them.
Yeah.
So when you're choosing something that goes against your family culture, your tribe, your work tribe, of course it's scary.
Well, you know, and many of us, this is what we know. This is what we know. Now, I have to tell you, I had a stepmom that had some chutzpah. You know, anybody that has their first child at age 12 and their second one at 13, they got something that they learned. And it's definitely true about what she has helped all of us growing up with in terms of perseverance. The making decision part, I think that that was a journey we had to learn on our own. Is it a trial and error thing for us? I mean, are we saying, look, just try it?
It should be, Pat. It should be trial and error. But most of us know it as fear and terror. So we don't just step into that new thing. You know, an idea comes to us, and it requires us to leave our current job. And the thought of what that might mean is not just money. There's a whole set of messaging around leaving the job to go do this new and wonderful thing. There's the fear of failure. There's what people will think. Is God real? Is there really support on the other side? Do I have what it takes? Will anyone come along with me? Am I worthy? What's my self-esteem like? All kinds of stuff come out that will not come out when you don't try anything. You have to step into something for all that crap to surface. So when you step into it, all of a sudden all this stuff shows up and you go, what the heck was this about? I wasn't a scared person. I wasn't terrified. But now you chose something, and it opened Pandora's box. It opened this part of you. And the cool thing is that when you bring in the masters, when you bring in the lightning, you start clearing out these old contracts from multiple lifetimes, coming forward into present time. You are choosing to upgrade. And that's the neat thing. So don't be terrified anymore. Just see that thing. Go, thanks for showing up. We're going to move on.
Wow. Well, you know, one of the things that we know here on the show is that we get to inspire some people, and they dial that phone. As a matter of fact, we got some folks calling in now, and I haven't given out the number. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. And, Dee, we will get right to you right after break. For those of you out there that want to tune in and connect here, with Leslie, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. But you're right about this. So if I look back at my own life, my own journey, you know, I've never really learned very much from doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I learned from doing nothing? I've learned how to do more of nothing. But I didn't even have a framework whether or not to get excited about a decision. Right? I mean, you don't have a framework. We're sitting here talking about why aren't we excited about a decision? Well, if you've never really had the experience of making an empowering decision and then actually seeing how it plays out, maybe you're going to hit a pothole in the road, maybe not. There's no baseline.
I had a grandmother that lived in a 100-year-old farmhouse down in Florida, and she was an old Kentucky woman, lived till she was 96. One time, we wanted to leave the countryside of dirt roads in Florida to go over to Miami, and her first statement was, what do you want to go over there for? There's nothing over there. And that kind of energy, that kind of thing, if you think how loaded that statement is, if you were to just write out in your own mind the statements you've been raised with, the comments you've heard, what that really means, you will be fascinated.
Wow. We're going to take a short break, Leslie. When we come back, we're going to go to the phones for those of you out there, 1-800-930-2819. Dee, you know, we are going to get right to you. I know you've been waiting. You called in onto this show kind of early. It's super. I'm thrilled. 1-800-930-2819. Share Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne. For those of you out there, we also want you to know that there are lots of things on Leslie's website. If you go check it out, you're going to be able to find out where she is, her upcoming events. She's a speaker at the Universal Light Expo workshop and individual sessions. For those of you that are listening in the UK, check that out in May. She's going to be in London, and then in Tampa in June, and Austin, Texas in July. There's a lot out there for you to find out how you can connect with her directly. For those of you out there that want to schedule time with her personally, Leslie, what's the best way for people to connect with you directly?
If they can go to my website and just click on an email link, I will definitely answer them. Also, they can give me a call at 678-665-3366. The website is Leslie Fonteyne, FONTEYNE.com.
Awesome. Take a short break, everyone. When we come back, it's going to be all about you. It's going to be all about you. If you have missed any part of this at all, any part, you will be able to listen to it in its entirety later. If you go to the drpatshow.com, that's our new little website there, or Transformation Talk Radio, TalkRadio.com. We will have everything. This show will replay later on today. And for those of you that have questions and cannot call in, go to the drpatshow.com website, scroll all the way down. Go ahead and scroll all the way down there, and you see that box that says Ask Your Question. Go for it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to go to the phones. Got lots here, thanks to my very special co-host, Leslie Fonteyne. We'll be right back with the show.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Where do you desire to go in life? How do you plan to get there? Are you only looking outside yourself for the answers? What if you use your soul's wisdom to lead the way? So what is the soul and how do you access its wisdom? Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen will unpack these questions and help you tap into and trust your own inner voice to solve everyday problems. Your Soul Suitcase is a treasure chest of wisdom inside you waiting to be discovered. Listen to Soul Suitcase on TransformationTalkRadio.com and discover how awakening to your inner voice transforms your life.
St. Germain invites you to join him for 4 exciting days in the art of advanced alchemy. Join his weekend intensive in Livingston, Montana, or on his worldwide broadcast May 1st through 4th. The Master will share new alchemical formulas never before released. Experience darshan with St. Germain responding to questions on advanced alchemy, all to help you live with greater flow and ease in dealing with life. For details of St. Germain's May 1st through 4th new advanced alchemical formulas, visit davidclewisclass.org.
Laura Longley is on a mission to remove stuckness from your life for good and replace it with happiness. Tune in Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com for The Laura Longley Show, where authentic change takes flight. Say yes to that inspired you and goodbye to your stuckness as Laura and her guests deliver powerful ways to work through common problems in this fun and unique hit show.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Sheer Alchemy, Leslie Fonteyne. Dee, Kathy, we're going to get to you in a minute. Leslie, during the break, we were talking about choices. We were talking about, why is it so hard? What was it? Oh, it's so hard. It's probably because we're trying to do everything alone, don't you think? So what happens when the light bulb goes on? What does that even look like?
Well, let's talk about the part that I'm going to bring in, which is about bringing in the light beings. And I'd like you all, if you're listening, to just do this little demonstration with me. And then as we go into the call with B, we'll have that energy moving. What is it like in the midst of this choice, in the midst of this decision, to bring in those higher vibrational energies? So what I'd like you all to do, if you can, is close your eyes just because of distraction. And I want you to invite in some really powerful archangels. Some of us know them as, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel. Bring them in, the ones that you want to bring. And notice what begins to happen to the energy around you, okay? You're no longer just you. You are now bringing in your support system. Invite in deliberately your ministering spirits. Invite in deliberately ascended masters. There are many. Kuan Yin, Buddha, Jesus, Mary, and very high-level galactic and cosmic. Bring them in, because this is what we're going to work with as we shift your energy to a much higher level that allows you to step into choice knowing you're not alone in it.
One of the things that I think gets so scary is the idea that we believe we are alone, that we don't have what Leslie has.
Right.
And I think that and of course, you know, people have heard me talk about that as separation. You know, it's the degree of separation. And, you know, what you're talking about is going to be so relevant for the callers that we're going to take here right now. You know, because
I did a CD. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I did a CD called Overcoming the Challenge of Discouragement, and it's a reverse meditation where we bring in their energies to lift you up off the couch. So instead of you being all motivated first and intentionally inviting them in, I bring them in for you first, because you can't even get up, and watch what happens. And that's what I just did with us here, is forget how powerful and marvelous and exciting you have to be. Let them come in and be that with you in this moment.
Oh, that's great. All right. I think we're ready to go to the phones. Mr. Benny, who do we have?
Yeah, we'll start things off with Dee calling in from the grand state of Pennsylvania.
Hi, Dee.
Hello. Thanks so much for taking my call.
How can we help you today?
Hi. I currently I'm in an excellent job. However, I still feel like there's something missing in my life, and I still feel like I'm not spiritually aligned. And so I was wondering if there's some guidance or something that you can, some messages for me that you can help me with.
Well, absolutely, Dee. First of all, this is very deep and powerful for you, and you're just really brave right now to call. This is awesome that you did this. This is a big day for you. Just a lot of messaging coming in for you right now. So you should feel lots of love all around you, and your heart space was extremely tight. Lots of fear. So we're going to open up your heart space right now and just really breathe into that if you can. Just really allow yourself to loosen up in there. And we're going to open up your heart space about 1 meter wide. And we're going to bring in the archangels. We're going to bring in the ascended masters. And now what's happening is we're going down into your solar plexus. It's because that's starting to stir up. And I want you to look at what is stopping you from stepping into your power. There's some things that are just kind of tapping out your energy up in your shoulder space. And I think you're knowing all this going through. But as we're walking through your chakra column, your meridians, your energy field, really invite them in. Don't be afraid. Invite them in. You're starting to let go. Your solar plexus is still a little fearful, and you want to just say to yourself, I'm choosing in this moment, I am willing to step into all that I am. And this is why it's so emotional for you in your heart space, because this is like validating you. When you make a decision and an intention, setting it in a direction, you haven't left your house, you haven't gotten out of the chair, you haven't done anything dramatic yet. All you've done is turn the rudder, invite in the energies, and make an intentional choice, being willing to step into who you are. So can you do that right now?
Yes.
Okay, do you feel it? Do you feel the difference? What's starting to happen? There's a lot going on, isn't it?
Yes, I definitely do feel the difference.
Yeah. So there's a lot hanging on in your shoulders, a lot of energies piggybacking on you, and so we want to learn to protect our aura from people that love to siphon out our energy and really allow yourself to go in. But don't be afraid of how valuable you are, how much you matter. And when you acknowledge that, it's like a waterfall. So if there's some tears after this, and if there's some joy, and then there's tears again, that is totally okay. But this is how it begins. So there's a lot going on about you stepping into your power. I'm getting some, old masculine energies. We can just start moving some of these out right now. Some of the cords and the contracts, just releasing them. There's some father energies, just letting them go. And knowing that it's okay now to step into all that you are. Okay?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
You bet. And listen, if you want any more work, I hope you will write me and call me, and we can walk through some more. There's a lot going on with you, but you are really shifting fast. You'll notice this over the next couple of hours.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Mr. Benny, who do we have next?
Sure, we will take now. Sorry, Pat, I had a different screen up. You went a little quicker than I thought. Kathy from Mill Creek. Sorry about that. Ladies, Kathy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Hi. I'm so excited to talk to you. Everything that I've heard so far today just really is resonating with me. It's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is what's going on with me is my children are older. I'm recently divorced. They're moving on with their lives, and I'm getting ready to license to become a foster parent, which I'm very excited about. But there's something inside me, sort of this push and pull, whether at my age of 53, am I the right person for this? And should I be looking more towards adopting children or stay with this fostering? Because it's really a question that they ask you. Are you willing to put in the time and the energy to actually adopt children, or do you just want them going through your home? And I'm really feeling kind of confused on this whole situation.
Well, here's the thing. You're kind of afraid of your own truth, and I want you to understand something when I say that. Your own truth is what resonates with you. It is not good. It's not bad. It's who you are and what you're wanting to step into. So right now in front of you, you see these options with the children. And you don't have to know, well, is it, do I need to be a foster parent? Do I need to adopt? Which one is better? What's the right thing with my time, my energy, my choices, et cetera? Am I moving to? I hear a ton of shoulds. I hear a lot of other energies coming in that are really murking up the waters for you. So what I think you know exactly, if I were to ask you right now, I think you know exactly which one it is. It's a little confusing to you as to why, because that's the next question that's come to you. Well, why do I want that? Why am I thinking that? Don't second guess. Don't question what's coming to you, because I want to throw another spin on this for you. When Source is working with us and we're stepping into, offering the kind of love you're choosing to offer to another human being, which is so magnificent, there are some other things that you don't even know about that are going to happen for you and happen for the child and happen for the one that's selected. So many things you don't even know about. And I know you're resonating right now. It's just going up and down. It's very exciting. You know exactly what to do. And these opportunities are going to open up that may be about the child, and they may be about some other things that you're about, because you are so powerful, and you are such a channel of love, but you have a lot of creativity in you as well. And so there's some things going on about some other interests that you also have. So really listen. So what's coming to you? You already know.
I do.
Okay. And it's great, and be happy. Just laugh. Just enjoy it.
Okay.
It's awesome not to have the shoulds on you, right?
The should is the problem.
Uh-huh. So you need to kiss that message goodbye. You need to let go of that energy that's always doubting and second-guessing you, and you know the source of that. You're beautiful, you're awesome, and you're a phenomenal channel of love.
Channel of love. I'm going to write that down and put it on my mirror. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Oh, you bet. Wow, Leslie, let's take a short break. Before we do, again, please give people your website and also let them know how they can schedule time with you.
Absolutely. First of all, the number is 678-665-3366. Website is lesliefonteyne.com. LeslieFonteyne. You can see the sessions that I offer. You can make an appointment. The scheduler's up to date. And if it's too confusing, you can write me off the site at lesliefonteyne.com.
Awesome. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Sheer Alchemy with my co-host, Leslie Fonteyne. And for those of you out there, maybe a chance for one more call, 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back, everyone.
Season
I'd rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone.
Get sophisticated with David and Philip Zarza. David and Philip touch on topics such as human potential, spirituality, pop culture, and purposeful living. Experience an insightful reading from David on what the universe has in store for you, or reconnect with a departed loved one. Philip can look into an issue or anything else you may be dealing with. Go to getsophisticated.com. That's SOPHISTIGAYTED.com or call 206-420-8660.
Tune in to Angels and Answers with Artie Hoffman, the hottest psychic with the warmest heart, every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. With passion and a sense of humor, he delivers spiritual and motivational messages for both individuals and groups of people, and is internationally known for his amazing psychic abilities. Don't forget to call in at 800-930-2819 for live on-air readings, and visit Artie at artiehoffman.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you are ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Feel like you just can't find your happiness? Want to move past old hurts or traumas? Not feeling comfortable in your body? Consider an intuitive healing session with Christy Borst. Christy has a divine healing gift, and her process will help you experience a perspective reboot. Release that which no longer serves you. For more information and to contact Christy, visit healingresonance.us. That's healingresonance.us.
Get insider knowledge about everything that is going on at Transformation Talk Radio. Go to transformationtalkradio.com and enter your email to receive our newsletter. Stay updated on new hosts, inspiring guests, and good news articles from around the world. We look forward to having you join our community.
Drums, people couldn't believe what I've become.
Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Great to have you all here. Leslie Fonteyne's in the house. What a great show, Leslie. Thank you so much. Wow. Very, very
well,
powerful.
I can tell everyone out there is practicing.
Well, I think I'm practicing, so there you go.
Yay.
But one of the things that you talked about, and I think it would be a great way to really tie it to intention, is thinking and talking about these supportive energies that are here on the planet right now, and what you've discovered, and what role they play in intentions and desires.
It's really important, especially when we have made a decision to step into a choice, and we are recognizing that we may not be stepping into it with a lot of earthly support that we're used to, or that we're doing something that just seems crazy to those around us, such as something extreme like quitting one's job, that we understand that the light beings, the masters and the archangels, come when we call them. They don't come uninvited like some people that show up on your doorstep. So they have very specific energies, capabilities, things they do, messages they have. There are ones that you're connected to through multiple lifetimes. You even have some, past family energies that are available to you, some advisors that you can bring in. For some people, this seems very weird to invite them in as if, well, who do I think I am? Again, isn't that an old message from growing up? You are all that. That's who you are. They're making themselves available to you. As you invite their energy into your presence, which many of you have been doing while we've been talking, is you're noticing the shift of vibration. And what that does is it gets you out of some of the heaviness and some of the negativity and helps you to go, I can do that. I can step into this. I can make that happen. I can be loving. I can choose to make a choice for myself. All these things begin to shift. And you do one thing, and then you do the next thing. So that's the effect of their vibration on you. And what it does is it takes you out of that sense of I'm so alone to, wow, I am so surrounded by such an incredibly powerful, unconditionally loving, marvelous vibration.
Wow. And, one of the things that also we're talking about is how to set that into motion so that we truly do create the lives, the abundant lives that we desire, and take action. Before I was talking about, yes, we make decisions, and a lot of times we think decisions are without action. What's the relationship between decision-making, choices we have, and actions?
Well, if you think about it, setting an intention, you could be lying in your bed and you set an intention that you're going to create a new business, that you're going to do a certain kind of work. The thoughts and the ideas begin to stream into you. You start to bring in all of the support. And then what begins to happen is you start generating a to-do list, an action list that comes from this fairly inspired place. And some of it can seem very whimsical. Some of it can seem very solid, that would be acceptable to people in 3D land. But you begin to get another kind of list because you've enlisted the support of another tier of support, not just what you know down here. And you begin to step into it from that place. So what I'm getting right now, for example, for some listeners, it's an activation of your power center, that I'm choosing to step into this thing. So that's the difference. So it's not that you're going to get decisions and goals and intentions without action, but they begin with you shifting your energy into that thing, bringing in the support, allowing the download of your action items, and then beginning to step into them. And patience is important. Patience is very important. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get the whole thing done in a week.
What a great show. I mean, some of this is also, when we think about our lives, we think about what we can do to continue to clear things. And I want to go back to something you said earlier. We started the show out by talking about clearing some of the energies from our past. And how do we recognize, Leslie, how do we recognize that those energies have shown up in our lives? What are some of the symptoms that people can pay attention to?
One thing that a lot of people, if you ask someone, how does it feel? Like when our prior caller was talking about the shoulds and should I do this and should I do that? Just feel what that feels like. Where's that coming from? Does that feel like everything is possible? Or does that feel like, oh, my God, I don't want to make a mistake. I better do the right thing. Is this the right thing? That's a fear energy. So we can translate the restrictions we're feeling, or asking the question, well, why do you want to do that? Where is that coming from? Is that coming from a place of everything is possible, I can do all things? Or is it coming from, oh, that's scary, I might make a mistake? So know what it is for you. Know what it's like in your energy field. Some people are extremely physical. They'll carry their pain in their solar plexus. They'll feel it physically. Some people will feel a headache that comes on because they're feeling conflicted between their choices, and so they do nothing, but it's like a short circuit up in the head. So notice how it feels.
So, this is really important in knowing how it feels. And then when we know that, we recognize that in ourselves, Leslie, well, we get that sense, there it is. The next thing is to go to this, like what I just did, but we don't want to bring in that energy, do we? What can you share with our listeners so that we don't go, there it is again?
Well, sometimes we have to check out in ourselves what's in agreement with the energy. And sometimes we've made a deal. That's a contract.
Okay.
It's an agreement. I won't step into this because it's going to cost me something I'm not ready to let go of. And that, to me, is where patience and forgiveness comes in. It's not the last time you're ever going to deal with this, but allow yourself to explore, what is it I'm afraid of that if I change, if I make this choice, I will lose. It's an agreement.
Wow. Because we are afraid of losing something, aren't we?
We are. And it's always back to love.
Mm-hmm. Someone said to me a long time ago, and I never really understood this till I got a bit older. They said, you don't take your eye off the target. And I thought I understood what that meant. Don't take your eye off the target. And the target may change. But today we're talking about living an abundant life.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about here today.
Absolutely.
What else
and so
do we
when
need
we make
to
a
know?
choice, well, when we make a choice and we see ourselves veering off a target, sometimes that target may not be the end goal. It may be that the target is for you to really love all that you are and to step into who you are. And you've got to make a detour to the right that goes about 12 miles before you come back onto the highway. And those are your personal detours. That's what maybe nobody else has to do what you have to do. But it's okay, because this is something to stir, excavate, bring this thing to the surface and say, hey, am I done with this? I really want to be happy.
Wow. Leslie, thank you so much for joining me here today. One last question for you. What's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with today?
Making a choice is not a life or death decision, but sometimes it feels like it is because we're carrying baggage. Don't be afraid of the baggage. Surface it up, write it out, and then decide, do I need this any longer? But you have a choice, because that's what your spirit wants to do in this lifetime. Go for it.
Wow. Leslie Fonteyne, everyone. Go to the website, lesliefontaine.com. Lots of really cool things. You're going to be able to find out about her work, about the radio show, and about how you, too, could live from this place of abundance. Thank you, Leslie. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning us in, turning us on. If you want to find out more about me, go to the drpatshow.com or go to transformationtalkradio.com. And remember, living an epic life is your birthright. We'll see you next time on the show, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Is physical or emotional pain controlling your life? Is happiness just beyond your grasp? Tune in to Perspective Reboot with Christy Borst, gifted spiritual and intuitive energy healer, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Christy will be sharing wisdom, healing, and empowerment to help you realize your true potential. During her show, she'll be shining a whole new light on reality and assisting callers at 1-800-930-2819. Listen at TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Where do you desire to go in your life? Are you only looking outside yourself for the answers? What if you use your soul's wisdom to lead the way? So what is the soul, and how do you access its wisdom? Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen will unpack these questions and help you tap into and trust your own inner voice to solve everyday problems. Our Soul Suitcase is a treasure chest of wisdom inside us waiting to be discovered. Listen to Soul Suitcase while Victoria Cohen takes everyday situations like job loss, relationship struggles, parenting challenges, work stress, and health concerns and shows you how awakening to your inner voice helps you make more conscious choices where your life flows more smoothly with greater clarity, purpose, grace, and ease. As a psychotherapist and soul coach, Victoria has inspired thousands of clients over the past 31 years to listen to their inner wisdom and let it guide them on their true path. You can learn this too on Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen. Your soul suitcase is packed. Are you ready to start your journey?
What if the world doesn't function the way we've been told? What if we truly can bend the laws of physical reality? What if we can end limitation? What if weird were the coolest thing you could be? And what if it's time for a totally different reality? Are you ready to create it? Are you ready to dream as big as you dare? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything in my life changed for me. This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Gandhi, Galileo, and Aristotle all knew to be true. It's not about the answer. It's about being the question. Always. It's about truly being you, whatever that looks like, and changing this world. Is now the time? Start by signing up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. That's beingyouclass.com. What if you are the gift and the change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Hey Moon, you want to know something groovy?
Yeah, Jess. What's that?
Dr. Pat has been on the radio for 10 years.
10 years? Are you kidding me? That's awesome!
I'll tell you what's awesome. She's bringing back the Pay It Forward campaign and Holistic Makeover to celebrate. If you want to know more or get involved, go to thedrpatshow.com or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/The Dr. Pat Show to get updates about everything we're doing. Hey, do you like free stuff? The Dr. Pat Show has an amazing giveaway program doing weekly giveaways on Facebook and Twitter. Go to facebook.com/The Dr. Pat Show and click the like button. Then go to twitter.com/The Dr. Pat Show and click the follow button. Then you can play along and enter to win some amazing prizes. Again, that's facebook.com/The Dr. Pat Show and twitter.com/The Dr. Pat Show.
The Tick-Borne Disease Alliance, TBDA, has just launched Bite Back for a Cure, a new national grassroots campaign to build support for the fight against tick-borne diseases. This fall, 24-year-old John Donnelly is biking across America to meet others affected by tick-borne diseases and raise awareness about the national tick-borne disease epidemic. TBDA wants you to get involved in the campaign and follow John's journey. To learn more, visit bitebackforacure.org.
Hello, this is Peter Aquilina, CEO and founder of Deer Defense, LLC. For over 15 years, I have been dedicated to tick reduction and the prevention of Lyme disease and other tick-borne diseases. Deer abatement and tick reduction is what we do, and it is all we do. We offer deer fence sales and installation, organic tick sprays, even a simple and inexpensive Lyme risk assessment for your property. Call or email us today at 203-550-8350 or deerdefense@gmail.com. That's DEERDEFENCE@gmail.com.